Hey guys, how's it going today? This is a little video log for you, or for you. Take out the local twang from the Teesside accent. So today I want to talk about ranges. Now the ranges specifically could be Wing Chun, they could be karate. Not so much judo, because you've got one main range in there and that's up close and personal. Maybe a bit of BJJ too. Anything that's grappling, it's a very close up range. So I'm talking about ranges from a distance that can lead in to finally grappling into the ground. Okay. So regardless of the martial art, if you've got kicking and punching in it, again not so much boxing because that is a very hands-on thing, so keep that in mind. But yeah, if you're kicking, if it's an art and you've got kicking, and you're punching in it, there are several ranges. Now I like to talk from the street defence aspect because quite frankly that is where, if at all, you will use your skills. On the TV right over here is my Wuxidao street defence system, formulated and designed and created with that kind of thing in mind, and living in Middlesbrough, Stockton, I tell you, you need to learn how to be very aggressive with your eyes and your body language, and be able to fight. Because I've seen some bloody messes. I've been sat watching taxi ranks in like Stockton and two drunk guys fighting over a taxi, blood everywhere, and like, it's not nice. You know, I've been in situations where a fight's kicked off in a pizza shop. True story, being a friend of mine, he took a brunt of the people, but I started tearing people off, and he had a whole bunch of them over here and I had a whole bunch of them over at arm's length. That's before the cops showed up. So if you're really unsure whether I know my stuff or what, yeah, I do. Yeah, I've used it. Yeah, and look, I'm still alive. So, with that in mind, when a confrontation takes place, or if you see it taken out there, it really starts with the confrontation building. Okay, did you knock somebody's drink over? Did you bump into them? Did you say something that you shouldn't have said? Right? There'll be a situation where something's occurred and they might not even like the look of your face. They might think you're an idiot, so they'll, you know, sometimes they run in packs. That's the way they are these days. Some are off their heads on drugs. There's a whole multitude of reasons why a confrontation will start. As a martial artist, the first thing you should be doing is assessing, chill out, relax, have a beer, whatever you're doing, but always be able to assess the situation going on around you. Okay, that's stage number one. The karate guys call it sanshin. Right? If you're able to do that, then you can see something building. If something is building, always try to avoid it. If it's unavoidable, say you're walking out of a bar, and again this has happened to me. Somebody took offence, and literally I stepped outside, they followed me with a bunch of their friends, and I started talking to me, and I stayed out of range. As I continued to calmly talking, this guy's actually removing his glasses ready for a confrontation. He's ready to have a go at me. So, yeah, so I'm walking backwards ever so slowly, but keeping my eyes on what's going on in front of me. Okay, so that's range number one: assessment and realization of what's going on. Okay, if you haven't got that, good luck, you're done. Right, on this occasion I was able to keep backing off and get to a stage where I could walk away without being followed. Right, it didn't actually end up there. It continued for a couple of weeks on beyond that, but that's a different story altogether. Just get my words out today. So the next range is you're unable to continue a dialogue. It's now entered a range where they're shouting in your face. At this point you seriously want to make some distance, keep in leg range, right? Leg range. At this point you can at least fend them off with your feet. This way your arms are like out of range. That means that person's arms are out of range. Okay, so important to have good grounding with your kicks and be able to shove those kicks out effectively. Okay, now if you're not a kicker and you've let him into your arm range, he could be probably shouting at you, screaming at you, and if you're watching the body language, he's got some intent there. Now, what normally happens before somebody decides to hit you is there's a little quiet. He'll go, "Ah!" Argument done, and then comes the fist. Okay, so be aware of that. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen. So what can you do? So obviously, first range, stay out of range. Second range, leg range. So that's the third range is fists. Now Wing Chun works very well in the fist range. So as long as you're paying attention to what's going on and what's about to build, and you haven't got your hands down here, that's another silly thing to do. Either have your hands here or here. People joke about this kind of thing, but if you see this kind of thing going on and somebody's talking with their hands, this is another good one. If you're talking with your hands, you've actually got a real effective guard going on here, but because your hand is in a passive position, this is confrontational, this is confrontational, this is like, hey, calm down will you, calm down mate, what's the problem, you know what I mean? And also, although I'm sat, you can't actually see, but one of my legs has actually gone back. I'm now ready for a hand fight and for a leg strike, okay? But it also looks like I'm backing off. So that's very important to do. Now, if you're a Wing Chun guy and you haven't done any groundwork, I in particular learned Aikido and Judo as a youngster, way back, so I've always had a good grounding, and hence why Wushidao street defence exists. I didn't plan that, it just happened to be there at that particular time, okay? So, keep that in mind, okay? Leg, out of range, legs, fisticuffs, and grappling, right? For the love of God, right, do not go to the ground. If you can avoid going to the ground, especially if there's a couple of them, you're going to get a damn good kicking. His mates are going to come in there and stick in the boot. You'll get in the head and the kidneys and whatnot. You're going to hospital for a long time. Now I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that is the realism of going to the ground. Okay, you might even be tooled up. You go for an arm lock and this person pulls out a knife and stabs you in the arm, stabs you in the leg, stabs you in the gut. Right, that's the realism of what's going on. A lot of people, especially youngsters, pretty much they hang around in gangs because they're a little bit intimidated by people. Okay, so they carry weapons. Right, it is illegal, but they do have those weapons. Okay, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to end that today. I think I've given you enough food for thought. I try not to talk rubbish at any time because let's basically I'm putting myself out on the line by putting these videos out. So if I talk rubbish, I'm going to get dissed, and I really don't want to get dissed. So yeah, if you like it, thumbs up. If you like it, don't like it, thumbs down. But I'll see you on the next vid. Have fun. Catch you later.